The Contacts tab lists all of the contacts affiliated with your school and their contact information. Generally, we display 10 contacts at a time. So if you have a larger list, you can navigate between those contacts using the arrows at the bottom of your screen, or you can search for the person individually by typing their first or last name in the search field and clicking go. And this will bring up their individual record. You can differentiate between contacts by looking at the contact record type. In the portal, you will notice three contact record types. The first one is participant, and this lists any individuals that have an incomplete application. So for instance, if you have registered volunteers for an upcoming training, they may be marked as participants if they have not turned in all of their references or have not completed all of their training sessions. School contacts are individuals that work directly with the school to manage the Learning Leaders program. This could be the principal, assistant principal, parent coordinator, or other designated school staff member. Contacts with the Learning Leaders record type are individuals that have completed all of the steps to become a Learning Leaders volunteer, meaning they have completed their application, passed the reference and background checks, and have attended all training sessions. Additionally, you will notice that contacts with the Learning Leaders record type have a volunteer status, and so there are generally two statuses that you will see. One being active, meaning that the volunteer is currently serving at your school, or inactive, meaning that the volunteer has stopped volunteering at the school. In addition, contacts with the Learning Leaders record type have this time card link that we'll speak about shortly. So once your portal has been activated, if you notice that there are contacts listed in your portal and there is a change to any of their information, you should contact Learning Leaders to update the system. Changes are in real time, so you can check back to ensure that changes have been made to that particular record. So let's look at this time card link. As you can see, this lists all of the volunteer activities that have been completed by this individual at your school. And I want to just quickly show you the Learning Leaders volunteer sign-in log. So this is a document that we share with all of our school partners. And it basically serves as a timesheet for our volunteers. So each time a volunteer comes to your school, they must sign in by including the date, the time in and out, the room, and any activities that they completed for that day. So going back to the time card link, you can see that we capture some of that same information. Here we have the room, the date, the start time and end time, and any notes about that particular service. So schools would be responsible for transferring this information from the volunteer timesheet into the Learning Leaders School portal for reporting purposes, which will provide the DOE, Learning Leaders, and the school with key information about the program. So let's add a new activity to this person's record. To do so, we click the new time card entry, and let's say the date of this activity is March 9th, and the volunteer came in from 8 to 10 a.m. and they helped out in the cafeteria. Again, we can add some specific notes about that particular activity, and then click Save so that the record is updated. So now we see this most recent activity at the top of the screen, and that it has recorded all of the information in the system. Now, in some cases, you may have a volunteer that serves in the same capacity at your school, meaning that the volunteer every week helps out in the cafeteria or library or some other room at the school. In those cases, rather than creating a new activity each time, what you want to do is click this clone button here on the right, and you will notice that there's a duplicate entry for this particular record. You can then easily go in and change the date of that record, being sure to click Save so that that change takes effect. If you have any additional questions on entering activities and hours for your volunteers, please contact us at llportalsupport@learningleaders.org. Again, that email address is llportalsupport@learningleaders.org. Thank you.